Hey, can we all talk about what's going on with free anime sites? Okay, let's talk about it.
マトカが参ります。ご注意ください。
Hey friends, what's good? So on my YouTube channel, I think people kind of know me more for talking about anime, specifically anime streaming and the things that have happened between last year and this year with that topic. The main reason of this is because I made the Kiss Anime video last year suggesting other sites that you can go to since Kiss Anime shut down. But after a while, I kind of thought the conversation for anime streaming was basically over. You know, there's not a whole lot of news about anime streaming that goes on like constantly. And because of that, you know, I still talk about anime sometimes, but I moved my channel into a different direction. A lot of subscribers who have subscribed came from specifically that Kiss Anime video, so I think it's a good idea to keep talking about it every once in a while because it's still an issue that comes up. And I actually still do receive a fair amount of comments on the anime streaming videos just because people are trying to figure out where they can watch anime for free. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I know about anime streaming right now and just like give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, like I'm in court or something like that. But you know, I'm not going to hold anything back. Like, this is just how the landscape of anime streaming is right now. So the first thing we have to talk about are the comments that I've been getting. And a lot of the comments that I get pretty consistently are, where should I watch anime? Where can I watch anime? This anime streaming site is down, that anime streaming site is down. What's going on with anime streaming? And truthfully, I don't respond to all of these comments because situationally it's different for everyone. And the reason why people who do comment aren't able to find anime streaming sites is because they're usually blocked in the IP address or the country that they live in. For example, India is a big case of this. There was a big law that went in, a lawsuit from Disney, I believe, was put into place, and it blocked a lot of anime streaming sites on India IP addresses, so they're unable to see those sites anymore. Now, depending on where you live, this could also be the case why you can't find anime streaming sites and other people are able to find it. So it's not that there just aren't any more streaming sites available at all. It's 100% based on your location and based on the laws and stuff around the location that you live. Now, I did provide a workaround for this. I think the workaround that works best is to use a VPN. A VPN scrambles your location and changes your IP address so you're able to see sites that you aren't normally able to see if it's blocked on your current IP address. But I don't think this is satisfactory for a lot of people because the main issue is they're commenting because they want to find free anime streaming sites. If they already have to pay for something, aka a VPN, then it's technically not free anymore. And truth be told, there isn't a free workaround. You know, there are some people who make anime streaming sites per location. So I believe the biggest example is there is a Australia anime streaming platform that is live and it is only for Australia. Other people cannot use it unless they have an IP address in Australia, basically. And of course, the only other suggestion that I had was to use a paid streaming site instead. Crunchyroll is the biggest example of that. Although it's not necessarily worldwide, I feel like Crunchyroll has its foot in most places around the world. Maybe not necessarily your country, which I'm sorry about. But for people who are looking for a stream platform and don't mind paying some money, Crunchyroll is probably the best option. Then we have to talk about the news that has hit earlier this year, which is Sony buying out Crunchyroll. And I think a lot of people were very flustered by this. They weren't necessarily expecting it. But yes, Sony, the owner of Funimation as well, bought out Crunchyroll. And potentially this could mean a lot of things for anime streaming in the future. A lot of people are thinking that because Sony bought out Crunchyroll now, there aren't any direct competitions, there aren't direct competitors in this industry anymore. So Sony can basically hike the prices and there aren't really any other anime streaming competitors that are able to match the prices or change the market in any way. Now, I think the Crunchyroll acquisition by Sony is kind of a good bad thing in my personal opinion, just because Sony is a Japanese company, right? So hopefully they might have partnerships with some of the anime studios. So hopefully that means that animators are getting their fair share by sharing their anime animations with Sony in a way. On the other hand, we do have to look at this monopoly situation as just that, a monopoly, because there aren't any competitors in the market. So we don't know how anime and anime streaming is going to change in the future because of this. And I think with all of this that has been happening, we really need to just think back to how the internet was, how, illegal downloads and all that kind of stuff were in the 2000s, the early middle 2000s. And mainstream TV and movies and music were in the exact same situation that anime is in now. A lot of people would download TV shows and movies and music illegally via LimeWire and other third-party sites. It was kind of the norm, so a lot of people didn't necessarily know right from wrong in that aspect, but the government ended up changing the laws, making it so that these third-party streaming sites like Spotify, like Netflix, like HBO Max or Live or whatever you call it, but these streaming sites became a necessity because now we're not able to download these things in these unconventional ways anymore. And I think that's what we're seeing with anime as well. I know people are going to be upset because, anime's been free for so long and now it's not. Or saying things like, oh, it was such an underground community, but now that it's gained popularity, they've ruined it for everyone because now everything's different. Or whatever the case may be, I think the change was bound to come just because, it's still something that is TV related, movie related, copyright related, but the laws only existed really in Japan and not necessarily everywhere around the world. I think a lot of people don't really think about that aspect like they do with a Taylor Swift song or a movie that was produced in Hollywood or something like that, just because it's an animation, and second of all, it's from somewhere far away, so there is that disconnect for people in other places being like, well, anime should be free, manga should be free, all this kind of stuff. So for all the people who don't want to hear any of that, I'm sorry that you had to watch this video, I guess, but that's kind of the reality that we're in right now. Anyways, I just wanted to bring those things to light because people have been asking about anime streaming and what's going on with anime streaming, and in all honesty, it really just depends on your location. Things are changing for sure, for better or for worse. That's for you guys to decide based on your opinions on anime and just the community and culture of it in the first place. But things are changing, things are constantly going to be changing. I don't know in what direction, I can't really predict that. But for people who still have access to, the mainstream anime streaming sites, whether it's free or not free, I say, hey, enjoy it while you can. Make sure to try and contribute when you have a chance to. But I'm just saying, hey, enjoy it while it's here because we don't know what direction anime is going in the future. Now, I can't give any recommendations for people where all anime sites are blocked on their IP address besides the VPN. So this isn't a I'm gonna share anime sites with you guys, because unfortunately I can't. You physically cannot see them unless you have a VPN. So if you're really anime deprived, I honestly just think you should try the VPN. I'm sure you can get a free trial and see if it works out, and if it doesn't, maybe you'll find a different solution. And for everyone else, you still should be able to use free anime sites for the most part. I know the Kiss anime sites are knockoffs. I know that some of the others are a little iffy, but they still should be working. So watch to your heart's content. And that's all I really have for this update. It's not anything super exciting. It's kind of just going over things that I've gone through in the past. But you guys have been leaving me comments, and I always appreciate comments and want to try to make my content around the comments that you give. So if you have any other things that you want me to talk about, you want my opinions on, you want just to have a discussion about, make sure to leave it in the comments below. It also just really helps for me to continue putting out videos and having video ideas for the future, so make sure to do that. Guys, I have seen a little bit of progress in our subscriber to not subscriber viewing rate. The people who are subscribed and are watching my videos, that percentage has been going up slowly but steadily, so please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It really helps me. Sadly, it also helps my ego because I'm egotistical and think that subscriber count and view count and all that kind of stuff kind of matters in the long run. I know it doesn't, but you guys gotta humor me on this just to, bring up my self-esteem a little bit. Please, please, please. Also, side note, I've been thinking about starting to stream on Twitch. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, watching me live stream, chatting with me live, that kind of thing, make sure to go over to my Twitch channel and follow that so you'll know when my first stream is. I'll also put it on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. So just follow all the socials just to be a pal, you know? Like, we're friends, so it's only natural, right? And I will see you next time. Peace.